Woohoo! And I'm live once again on another Tuesday, but you guys are all here with me. So it's still Gillian and Friends, even though it's just Gillian. And I've never just been Gillian before. So this is kind of a fun experience for me. So today is a very, very special day for me because let me pull up the banner. Today is lessons learned from 100 lives. And so I decided that I just do this show solo so that I could kind of go through all the different things that I've learned on my journey. I have been doing LinkedIn Live now for 2 years. And so I thought maybe if I could share some of the things that I have learned along the way, that would help you guys. And also, too, maybe you just kind of help me celebrate it all. So, anyways, whoever's here, I'm excited. Thank you for being here. We'll go to the comments in a bit. I'll just run through my lessons and then we'll just kind of open it up and just get stuck right in. So I'm not even going to bother introducing myself because you know who I am. I am the LinkedIn video person, video marketing coach. I don't know. I'm getting silly. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to get rid of this banner and I am going to show my slides. So I'm not alone today. I have Bitmo. Here she is. Bitmo Gillian is with me today. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through seven of the lessons. I didn't think I'd do 100 or we'd be here all night. So I figured I'd just do my 7 lessons of kind of what I've learned. So I'm just going to get stuck right in. So the first lesson that I learned is if you're going to do LinkedIn Live, begin with the end in mind. So this was my very, very, very first live. And at the time, I had applied for LinkedIn Live. I have to give a shout out to my sister, Janet Eli, because she was the one who actually encouraged me to go ahead. She had put in an application for LinkedIn Live 2 years ago. You had to apply and I don't know, it was like winning a lottery to get selected to do LinkedIn Live. So she applied, didn't get in. So she said, why don't you apply? And I went, well, I have barely any connections. I barely had 500 connections. And I thought, well, you know what? I've done video. I'll give it a go. And after a couple of weeks, I actually got approved and I was like, wow, we're really excited. So I went to go do my first live. And Janet couldn't be on. She was having some medical stuff. And so she couldn't be on the live. So I turned to my best friend. So Sue Clayton, I have known Sue for years and years and years and years and years. We used to live in the same town. We raised our kids together. And she had my back. She came on my live. And this was kind of a fun thing. I was in Israel at the time. Sue was in New York. It was the middle of COVID. A hurricane was coming. Like they got the hurricanes in Long Island all the time. I don't know what it is, but some sort of COVID hurricane was coming. And we didn't know if we'd make it. Meanwhile, we were having a heat wave in Israel. And I realized that the air conditioner, which was like above where I was sitting, would make so much noise during the live, I had to turn it off. So there was no central air, just one unit to cool the whole apartment. So I sweltered. It was so hot during that live because I couldn't have the windows open. I couldn't have the doors open, no air conditioning. So I think I was like a puddle by the time we were done. But we were professional and we chose a topic that if nobody showed up, who cared? It was a good topic. We just still enjoy ourselves. So we had a topic. Sue had written a book during COVID. We talked about that. And this is the takeaway. When I did that first live, I decided I was going to set a time and a date and be regular and consistent. And 100 lives later, I'm still Tuesdays at 10. Now, this was in Israel, so it was 8 at night, but I knew that I had more of a audience in the United States at the time, and I was starting to know people in the UK. So I thought 10 a.m. worked for a lot of different places. So pick your time, pick your date, be consistent, show up, add value from day one. Don't worry if you don't get any comments. I got 2 comments. They're mine. No comments at all. But I did get a couple of love hearts, which was nice. And I did not record it because it was on the free version of StreamYard. So that's my first 18 lives I don't have the recording for. So don't be cheap. Get the get the pro plan once you start going, because you're going to want those lives. So that was lesson number 1. Lesson number 2, it's always about your audience. Always about your audience. It's not about you. It's about how you can serve your audience. So always keep that in mind with involving them in the show, before the show, after the show, during the show, and really it's all about the comments. And of course, I had to have the queen of comments, Danielle Guzman, on my show. And she is just amazing. And last night I did a screenshot of when Danielle came on the show. And I believe there's like 431 comments. This is for a 30-minute show. And this is several months ago at this point. And I can't believe it. There are still comments I need to go back and attend to. Mostly they're Danielle, because she keeps the conversation going. But that's what you need to do. Is it's always about the audience. You want to show their comments when you're live. You want to address their comments after the live. You want to get to know these people. So it's always about your audience. So that's so, so important. And I have actually gone and done research with my audience, and actually just in general on LinkedIn. And I've made adjustments to my show. So one of the things I wanted to know was, how many people show up for the live? Like how many people are watching it later? What are you doing when you're watching it? Are you cooking? Are you, driving the car? When you're walking the dog? Are you sitting there, eating your dinner? All those different things. So I actually did polls. I turned those polls into a PDF slider, and then I went ahead and I put everybody's comments in. And then I realized that you want to direct people back to the replays. More people are watching on the replays. And also, too, you have to record for the ear. So anything that you're showing up on the screen, make sure that you're talking about it. So right now, I have a picture of my poll, and Bitmo Gillian is showing, the final answer. And I probably should make it bigger. So there we can see that most of the time people were watching them sometime later. So that's just really, really important to note. Okay, the next one is lesson number 3. It's all about your guests. And this is, I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. So here is a picture of, on the screen, I have a picture of sort of behind the scenes with StreamYard. And I'm showing a picture of the tiger, a stuffed tiger, and me. And the whole idea of this picture is I send this video to my guests because a lot of my guests are first-time live people. They have no idea what they're getting in for, but they just raise their hand and they say, okay, Gillian, I'll still be on your show. And so I send them this little video so that they know, here's the process. Here's how it looks in StreamYard. This is what's going to happen. I'm going to send you a link, and you're the tiger, and I'm going to be in a green room, and I'm going to put you up on the screen. And I go through and I teach my guests what to expect. I send them emails. I do everything that I can to make them comfortable with the show. And then afterwards, I do snippets and I send my guests the recordings. So it is all about the guests. I put my focus on the guests because my guests add value. They add value to me, and they add value to you. So I think this is an awesome thing. Make it about the guests. The next thing is make it about what you are interested in. It's always I have never done a show where I went, fell asleep. Every show that I've had has been interesting to me. It's been a topic that interests me. And I think that's really important, because how can I have an engaging show if I'm not engaged? So the topics have to resonate for you. So here's one topic that was near and dear to my heart. I asked Tina with 2 eyes, to come on my show and talk about her sketch notes. And Tina and I had met on Zoom, and she'd done this little sketch note for me. I'm going to make it bigger. And what she did was, in case anybody's listening, she did a picture of, me being in Las Vegas with all the money and the casinos and stuff. And then what we talked about when we were on the Zoom call, because she was drawing the whole time we were talking. So she was, picking up tips like, don't, when you're video, doing video, make sure you got a good sense of light source, and then talking about repurposing video, and then talking about how you have to prepare LinkedIn. It's kind of like having people over for dinner. You got to unpack the furniture before you do all that stuff. So, anyways, Tina and I had a fabulous Zoom call, and I asked her, "Would you like to be on my show?" And at first she was like, I'll think about it. I'll get back to you." She finally decided, yes, she'd come on the show. And the show was called "A Picture's Worth 1,000 Words," which is kind of funny because Tina speaks like, I don't know, 7 zillion languages. Like, she's probably just like 9 or 10. But I told her visual communication is also another language. And so Tina came on the show. She talked about her sketchnoting journey, how she got into it. And then it was just like, this blossomed because from then on in, Tina was sending me sketch notes after the show whenever I would have somebody. So here is Ella Orr came on. We were talking about visibility has no age limit, and Tina drew a sketch of it. She just took 4 little panels to summarize what our show is about. So that was when Ella Orr was on the show. Here's when Debbie was on the show, and what to do after you connect. And I love, she put a little crocodile because Debbie lives in Florida. So again, it was just really, really cute that she did these sketches. Then we had Brendan come on the show, and we were talking about the fear of public speaking. Because Brendan's Canadian and I'm Canadian, she drew us with little Canadian shirts on and everything. And now she's getting fancy. She's putting color in and all sorts of different things. So that was just a show of how you can just kind of take one idea and then it mushrooms. And then here's the kicker. I now am taking a sketchnoting course. I'm learning how to sketchnote because I think it's fabulous. I love it. I think it's just a great way to do stuff. So the next lesson is it's all about flexibility. So this is what happened. I had Ilya on my show, and I had it all posted. We were all good to go. We had our topic, and I posted and scheduled, and then Ilya gave me a call and she said, we have a problem. And I said, "What's the problem?" She says, "I have to go to work that day. There's some sort of thing going on at work and I have to go to work." And it was just like, well, I can't cancel the live. What could we do? So we just thought outside of the box. I talked to StreamYard. I said, "Hey, what do? I can't really do a pre-recorded show because it's already set up." And they said, "You know what? Just go pre-record her part." So I was like, "Thank you, StreamYard." So we met, we recorded it. I showed up on the live. Then I brought in the video. Then I took the comments. So again, always be learning and know that things are going to happen, but you can find a way to resolve it and learn from it. And it was just amazing. And it was actually a really, really good show. The other thing is stuff happens. So not just with scheduling in general, stuff can happen on your live. I have had just so many things go wrong. And Seb and I did a show about it a couple weeks back, talking about all the things that can go wrong. And at first my inclination was to like bury the evidence. I did a show with Jeff Young and we just like totally messed it up. And we thought we were like not live anymore, but we were live, and we were like, realized we were live. And it was just like, progress over perfection. I never go for perfection. And so I was going to bury the evidence, and Jeff said, "Well, at least let me see it before you delete it." And then I just went, why am I deleting this? Come on, let's just be real. Let's just be real. And I have been in YouTube jail several times. Never screen share TikToks. That will put you in YouTube jail. So that's something I don't do now. And just as a tip, I have a special outro today. And I went to the YouTube music library and got music so that I would not be dinged again, because I have been in YouTube jail twice. And apparently, if you have it like 3 times, you can lose your whole channel. So I didn't want to do that. So anyways, that's just a really important thing. Stuff can happen. Just know it. It's okay. It's all learning. It's all learning. And then the last lesson that I have is it's okay to feel nervous. You would think after 100 LinkedIn lives that I am like totally good with this. I'm not. I get nervous. I'm probably talking way too fast today because we do get nervous. because you hit that live button and anything can happen, and it's kind of weird. You're talking to I'm talking to Lenny, which is my little post-it note. So I always feel good talking to Lenny. But anything can happen. And so it's okay to be nervous. And I have a friend, I won't out her, but I have a friend who confessed that she has a recurring nightmare that she's gonna oversleep and sleep through her lives. And I went, that's my nightmare too. I think we all have that same nightmare that it's like all of a sudden we'll forget, oh, today's the day I was supposed to go live. We all have that feeling. So just know that even after 100 lives, I still get a little nervous hitting that button. I did a post on LinkedIn just telling people because I wanted people to realize if you feel nervous, you're not alone. So the good thing is have someone who can help you that's got your back. Look to your audience. There's lots of ways to help you through the fear. Sometimes you do have to just feel the fear and do it anyways, but it's okay to feel nervous. So anyways, that is my top 7 tips. And now I'm going to hop over to the comments and we're just going to chat. We're going to chat. So, okay, we have Leslie. Hi from Florida. Woo-hoo-hoo. This to me is the best part of the show, is bringing everybody into the show and seeing the comments and taking questions. So I'm just going to go down through them all. It's just me today, so I don't have any way of sorting these comments, but every comment is important to me. So I'm going to go through them all. Hello from Chicago. Thank you, Marty. I love that this show brings people in from all over the world because that to me is a global thing. And I love how they meet on this show. They meet in the comments, they talk to each other, they connect with each other after the show, during the show, whatever. So I think that's really awesome. Margot Clargo, hoo. Love this recap of top insights. Gillian Whitney, thank you. And I was a guest on her show. So it's really fun too when you can have people that you're a guest on their show. I'm a guest on Margot. I'm going to have you on my show. I just realized that. So it's really awesome how you meet people. And I met Margot in Israel, I don't know. We just started talking in the comments one day and she needed help with Canva. And I said, I'll help you with Canva. So we just hopped on a call and I showed her Canva. So it's just amazing how we can meet people from all over the world on LinkedIn. I just love the global feel of this all. So excited for the 100th show. Thank you, my friend. Annette is another great person who I met on LinkedIn. Now we link out all the time. We chat over coffee. We virtual coffee, of course. So it's amazing how you can just have these friends that you become virtual friends with, and you just feel like you know it. It's like Tina. Tina sends me shots when she's on vacation. Today she's in Estonia, so she's like all over the place. So it's just amazing that we have that. Here to celebrate with you, Gillian Whitney. Yay! Thank you, thank you. Yay, you'll never be just anything. You're amazing and congrats. Thank you so much, G. Thank you. Thank you. She's been a guest on my show many times, and I so appreciate the goldenness that G brings. I love everything that she does. Trying from the road, got pick, but no audio. Drat. Okay, well, I'm going to have to tell you to see the replay so that you can see your Tina sketch, your Tina with 2 eyes sketch, Debbie, because it was really great. Congrats on the 100th show, Jillian. So chuffed. Okay, so chuffed. So let me read this. So chuffed to have been part of 5% of your lives. Jeff is a regular because Jeff just shares so much love and so much value about LinkedIn. And he's just an all round, he's just like one of my besties. He's just one of my besties. And I'm glad he's feeling better. And with Jeff, he's making a joke about chuffed because I had Craig Langley on the show once and he said that he was chuffed to be here because he's British and British people say the word chuffed, which means very pleased. But LinkedIn captions think that that's a naughty word, so they bleep it out, which is kind of funny that they do that, but they do that. They do that. And I'm having Jeff next week. So come back next week because Jeff is my partner in crime and we always do really fun stuff on the show. Yes, the application process, big sigh. It's not a big deal anymore, though. I think anybody can do LinkedIn Live. And so, 2 years ago, man, oh man, like you really yeah, there was so many people applying for LinkedIn and LinkedIn Live and not getting it. And they were like, what is the deal? I got 70 gazillion followers and I can't get it. I don't know how I got it, but I got it. So I think it's amazing now. It's like a level playing field. I think you can get it on your page, you can get it on your profile. Much, much easier now to get LinkedIn Live. I had a close friend on my first LinkedIn Live too. I think that absolutely, if if anything, if you could have somebody who's already done a live before, I think that really, really helps because they could give you some tips that you might not know. But if you don't have anybody, or you don't want to hire a producer or whatever, you at least get a friend, phone a friend, get a friend to come with you and help you through that first one because it is good, it is a little daunting the first time. That's a daunting the 100th time too. So it's daunting. It's daunting, folks, but it's a good thing. Happy Tuesday, Gillian. Greetings from Ireland. We're having a heat wave, 73 degrees Fahrenheit. That is a heat wave in Ireland. Oh my gosh. We would be praying for that weather here. Woohoo. Niraj was an awesome guest on my show. Getting to know you, I just so enjoyed him being on my show. And I already knew Niraj, and yet we'd only spoken on Clubhouse. So when he came on my show, it was the first time we got to meet face to face. And it was a really, really great show. Bummer, the show just reset to the beginning for me. Oh no, poor G. I don't know why. It does that for me all the time. That's crazy. That's crazy. Congratulations on the milestone. Thank you, Dawn. Thank you. I appreciate that. Another fellow Canadian in the house today. Hello, Gillian. Love the queen of comments. That is so true about Danielle Guzman. If you guys don't know Danielle, just after the show, please go follow her. She is the most amazing woman. And, our LinkedIn Live where we talked about comments, it's a master class. That LinkedIn Live is a classic master class because we just went over so much stuff. And I think I did a whole newsletter article just about comments and what lessons learned from Danielle. And that's the amazing thing. I have these guests on and they just teach me amazing things. They're just so wealth of knowledge. By the way, Annette's coming on and we're going to be talking about TikTok soon. So yes, it's all about the guest and the audience, not about the host. Yes. And so, I kind of always feel sad when I see hosts and they're like so busy on their phone in the middle of the live. And you're like, the poor guests are floundering around and nobody ever gets back to their people in the comments. And it's like, no, it's got to be about the audience and the guests. The host, you guys are just here to click the buttons. That's all we're doing. Hello, Gillian. Thank you. Thank you. Danielle is superb at comments on LinkedIn Lives and on your posts. She absolutely is. And, it was interesting. Danielle wins the commenting all the time against me when it's LinkedIn Lives because I like to use my desktop, and comments on the desktop are a lot harder. If you use your phone and you're good using your phone, you're going to just be able to respond to your comments a lot quicker. And I actually have videos on how to do either or, but I just have to tell you, Danielle is superb with doing comments, and she's amazing. Great lesson. It is always about the audience. It really is about the audience. And I think we should always remember that, and always for the replay too. So don't ever get distracted because a lot of times StreamYard doesn't even give you a right. Maybe I don't even know if it's StreamYard. So I won't just say it's StreamYard because I love StreamYard. I absolutely love StreamYard. But sometimes it'll show that I don't have anybody watching. And I know I do because they're leaving comments. So I think sometimes it's just hard to tell. So don't worry about how many people are watching. Just keep talking. Just keep talking. Annette Richmond. I love when people say hi to each other. Hello from London. I love how everybody's coming from different places. We've got Marcia. She's coming in from Washington, D.C. Yes, read the comments on the screen. Yes, yes. Because it's like, otherwise, if it's a pod, a lot of people repurpose their lives as podcasts afterwards too. So Jeff says, your use of sliders after the live are what I would call best practice to extend the learning. That's true. Jeff and I kind of started that where, Jeff would come on the show and we realized we had given so much tips. Actually, not we, me and the mouse in my pocket. It was all Jeff. Jeff had given such great information that it was just like, okay, I have to summarize all this. So a lot of times I would just like take what we said and I'd bang out the comments and, the tips, and I'd put them in a slider, and then I'd put them, so you can kind of go back through my profile and look at all my documents tab, and you're going to see so many tips on LinkedIn Live. So I should probably do some sort of library about that. So note to self, I will do that. Okay, haha, so true. What a great idea. Stealing, I mean borrowing. Great to teach the guests and the focus you put on them. Yes, yes, I agree. I agree. We all love Tina. There's the man. Congratulations on making it to 100 LinkedIn live shows, Jillian. That's a commitment to consistency. I salute you. And thank you, John. Thank you. And, it's interesting because there was a time when all of a sudden my time of Tuesdays at 10 o'clock Pacific time was all of a sudden got real crowded. A lot of other people were getting lives and doing lives at the exact same time. And I remember a friend of mine saying, do you think maybe you should change to another day, another time? Because these other people, they were bigger than me, and I was kind of small. I'm still a small fry. And I just went, no, I'm just gonna keep going. It's my time. I'm just gonna keep going. I don't even have a theme. I start every show with hi. We're live once again on another Tuesday. I don't even have a name, I just that's what I'd say every single time. And I couldn't go to another day and time. I don't know what I would say. It's like, it's got to be live on another Tuesday. And you know what? I don't know if those other people are still in that time block, but it's like, I just think, don't worry, stay in your own lane and be consistent and regular. And just know the people that are attracted to you and resonate for you will come to your show. If not, they'll watch the replay. So it's all good. But thank you, John. Thank you, John. You're always an inspiration. He's taught me, he's my mentor. Everything I know because of John. I'm just crazy about him. He's awesome. He's awesome. Yay, Tina. Yes, she is amazing. She's amazing. Topics that resonate as we don't want to go off sleeping. That is so true. And, I don't think I've ever had one that even challenged me in the slightest. It's like every single topic added some sort of value, taught me something. And everybody that I've had on my show, I now know I engage with their first level connections. We've stayed connected. It's just amazing how you get to know your guests and their story, and just we can learn something from everybody. And it's really proof that everybody has a story to tell. Everybody has a story to share. And I have guests on my show that don't have tons of followers. I don't go and say, oh, I'm going to pick the biggest influencer. But then again, I've had people with huge followings be on my show too. And I'm like, oh, I can't believe they'd want to be on my show. But they do. So and I think the biggest thing for me has always been the first time live folks that have been on my show and said they were just scared as all, get out. But they did it, and they showed up, and then they've been on other shows. Some have started their own shows. So it's just awesome. And, I remember Jim Wolfe was one that touched my heart. He came on my show. It was his first time being on a LinkedIn Live. As a result of being on the show and seeing an idea of how we can share and help our communities, he started his entire website of sharing music for free for content creators so that we wouldn't get busted for using music in our videos and stuff like that. And he's blossomed. He's absolutely blossomed. Now he's like a TikTok star. So he's doing all sorts of stuff. He's got his website up. And, here it was like he was just just showed up, and it was an awesome thing. So, yay, shout out to Jim Wolfe. Just love you. Okay, congrats on your 100th. Thank you. Thank you. Tina is amazing. She is. She's absolutely amazing. And we've just become dear, dear friends. I don't know if a day goes by where we're not talking to each other. So it's just amazing. It's just amazing. Great to hear your gems. I love the Tina sketches. I think Tina needs to do a book. It's like, the Tina with two eyes, her book. I think that would be awesome. If both you and your guests share an interest, it's bound to be a successful conversation, Jillian. I think that's absolutely true, because I don't even give people questions. Like, I don't do anything. We don't script these lives. I just have, it's like, let's pull up a chair and have a chat. And that's how I've always looked at these. Loving these lessons, and you're blessed to have fantastic guests who bring awesome topics. Tina's sketches is one of them. Absolutely. Her sketches are amazing. He remembers the one where I recorded it, and it was like, I was really nervous because it was just like, is this going to work? Is this going to work? Because the hardest thing is that I thought, I don't want to lose the audience. I don't want to lose the audience. So that's the only thing about, you could pre-record every single LinkedIn Live and then just schedule them and have them go out. But I thought, no, because to me, it's all about the audience and the comments. So I would, that would just not, that would not resonate for me. That would not be comfortable. So that was a challenge, that show, but it absolutely worked. And we must be flexible. We must be flexible. That's my motto. Always be learning. Absolutely. Always be learning. And just to drop one purple heart for the video queen, Google goddess, Lady Gillian. And I have to give, wrong way. I have to give a shout out for this lady. She has just been a dear friend for several years. I got to know her when I was in Israel. Please go check out and follow her. Check out her stuff. Check out her content. She's gifted at her artistry. She is just amazing. And she is just one of those quiet supporters who was always there. And I believe she might have been one of the people on my first LinkedIn Lives that was hitting the heart button. I have a feeling she might, because she actually liked the post. So I have a feeling she was one of my silent supporters way back when. And I appreciate that. So with that, what I wanted to do is, I'm still going to just keep it to the 30 minutes. I just wanted to say to everybody, thank you so much for being part of my journey and being with me on this whole 100 LinkedIn Lives. Here's to the next 100. I'm not quitting. I'm moving forward. I'm still gonna live once again on another Tuesday. I won't stop doing that. And I do have a special outro that I made special for today. So if you have a minute and a half, stick around and watch it. I hope you enjoy it. And just thank you for being a part of my journey. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for just being the wonderful people that you are here on LinkedIn. I think LinkedIn is an awesome place. I think LinkedIn Lives are an awesome way for people to get to know, like, and trust each other, work with each other, get to know each other. So whether you're looking for a job, whether you're employed, whether you're growing your business, whether you're just retired and you just want to have some connections and meet other people, LinkedIn Lives are like coming to a mini party. So look for the LinkedIn Lives that resonate for you and attend them and get to know other people in the comments that are also attending. Because if you're enjoying the live, you probably enjoyed the people that are also enjoying the live. And also to think about your own LinkedIn Live. If this is something you want to do, I say it's great. So totally enjoy it. There's lots of information. I've got lots of information. So I've got videos on my YouTube channel and everything you'd ever want to know. So if you have any questions about LinkedIn Live, just send me a DM and I'm happy to help. Okay, so I am heading to my outro now and I will see you all again. I got to find it now. Okay. Okay, so I'll see you all next week, and Jeff Young is my guest. Okay, bye everybody.